All right. There we go. Hi there. This is Saturday Night Heroes. Let me tilt you down to see the little pictures better. And today we're just going to be introducing our channel and our stream and letting you know the type of things we're planning on doing and what we hope to be showing you. This actual group, Saturday Night Heroes, is going to be split into two channels. We have Q&A, the technical side, where we're going to be working with computers and building computers and upgrades and talking about technology and things going on in today's science, like Juno, Orbiter on Jupiter, and fun stuff like that. This particular side is going to be mostly about fantasy wargaming and some science fiction wargaming. So companies like Privateer Press with games like War Machine and Company of Iron. We're going to be doing some more of the arena battle games as well as tabletop war games. We're going to try to bring out things like Axis and Allies. We may dabble with card games and board games. Things like Magic. We may try to bring out a few large multiplayer battles to stream, that type of thing, just to shake things up and see what people are interested in. As a group, we've been operating on the island of Maui for about 20 years, so we've had a wide variety of games played and look forward to showing you a bunch of the things that we've experienced and learned and hopefully have a lot of fun on the way. We're not only going to be televising games and actual battles, but we're also going to have some informative streams. We're going to try to do things like miniature painting tips, and we're going to talk about terrain. One of the things that we have for both the technology side and the game side is going to be things like our 3D printer, where we can make modular terrain that we can set up and build maps out of, that type of stuff. Not only for random maps and things like that, but also to make actual locations. So if we do some World War II or Civil War wargaming, we can actually set real locations up using various pieces to try to fight the battles and see what happens. Some of the games we're going to be playing are also going to be some role-playing games. So, for example, right now we're doing Air Pirates with Zeppelin carriers and biplanes and stuff like that, which is going to hopefully show some of the larger role-playing action that we do here, bring out some of the various sides of dice, that type of thing. The group itself ranges anywhere from a single entertainer, yada yada yada, all the way up to 13 or 14 people, depending on the game that's being played. Mostly we're hoping to do our 4 o'clock Maui time battles, whether it's War Machine, Company of Iron, or Arestia, and some of those other board miniature games. We're going to try to have Axis and Allies and some of those other types of games as Saturday afternoon. If things go well, we'll have weekly streams. As I say, things like miniature painting, we'll discuss 3D printing, talk about terrain and stuff like that, just to see how people, what information they're interested in. What sort of stuff would you like to see us do out here on Maui? As you can see, we've got some elaborate pieces done for various games. What's nice is they're not limited to one game that you do, so when we play other games like our role-playing games, we can bring some of the war game miniatures onto the field as well, depending on the situation. So having your air pirates and your zeppelins suddenly encounter a rock shakes things up a little bit. However, GMs beware that natural beasties tend to not last long against heavy machine gun fire. Just a word of warning. Excuse me for one moment. Okay, so this is our introduction to what the channel is all about and what we're going to be doing. Next week we're actually going to be doing more of a battle for our 4 o'clock Maui time. It's probably going to be a randomized war machine. Rather than picking out armies ahead of time and plotting maniacally, we actually will make multiple lists and then roll dice to see which list the players are going to use. That way, you still try to make the best list you can in case you get it, but it's a great way to learn the way other armies play, as well as to learn tactics used against your own army, how to work with and against them, that type of thing. So we're going to try to do a randomized War Machine battle next week, possibly other games depending on what comes up. We'll try to list, if we know ahead of time, in the events as far as what games are upcoming. So you can, if you've got a game you'd like to see, let us know and we'll try to work it into the schedule. With our 20 years of gaming experience, we do like to learn new games. So if there's one you'd like to recommend, we've got games coming up, for example, the Fallout board game, and other games like that we're going to be hopefully televising. Anywhere from 1 to, as I say, 13 players, depending on the genre and depending on what we're trying to do. For YouTube, will archive all these types of things. We'll try to have a link prevalent and obvious. But Saturday Night Heroes is the channel specifically, or playlist specifically, of these particular game archives. The overall channel will also have playlists for the Q&A technology side and other vastly entertaining things, no doubt. As I say, we're based out of Q&A is the business that owns the Second Story, which has been renovated as gaming and meeting space. We do a lot of technology training and things in this space as well, so we're trying to find other ways to highlight how we do things on Maui and how we can touch and reach the rest of the world. If you're on Maui and you're interested, we'll have local contacts. If you're out in the internet land and wish to support us, we'll be setting up ways of communication and support fairly soon. We're just getting started, so we wanted to get some introductory pieces in place. And so every Saturday at about this time, we'll be doing some form of wargaming or informational stream as we go. Most of the technology streams will happen during the week, and most of the gaming streams will happen on weekends, and we'll maybe do some holiday specialty streams as well, depending on who's available and what wants to be played. As I was mentioning earlier, we do have access to a 3D printer, so game components as well as custom characters can be printed quickly and easily. So we're going to be trying to get, as the months go by, more and more specific terrain to the types of games we're going to play. We'll also want to do some shows highlighting how they're developed and how you can quickly and easily get your own. So even if you don't have access to a 3D printer, there's still ways of quickly and easily making things that are recognizable terrain. So forest areas, water areas, things like that can be quickly, easily made that work well with the miniatures that just add a little bit more immersion, more detail to the game itself. You could do the entire thing without miniatures for a lot of role-playing games, but we find for setting up rooms, setting up angles, that type of thing, these make a lot more fun. So one of the games we're doing tonight is actually going to be using railroad cars. So we've got our wonderful technology designer drawing out. You can see we've got passages going into cabins with the loo at the either end of the car, that type of thing. So we're going to use props like these for games. So as you can see, the miniatures are made to fit. You can get one guy down the hallway, but you're not going to have a big fight, multiple guys in the hallway. So these types of map aids with miniatures can really help set clear and elaborate stages for what's going to be played. Hopefully the camera is picking up some of the details of these cards as well. That's very cool. I'm looking forward to tonight's game because a battle in a train in a sort of steampunk setting. We're doing this in the Iron Kingdoms, the Privateer Press games, which is an interesting combination of steampunk and magic. So yes, a sword fight on a train is somehow a thing, and we're looking forward to it. It's going to be interesting. We'll see about streaming some of those larger games later once we have multi-camera setups and things like that. Hopefully by then we'll get some of the personalities on screen so you can see who's playing and what they're represented by and that type of stuff as well. So that's our introduction to the Saturday Night Heroes Wargaming and Tabletop stream. We're hopefully going to be bringing you a lot of interesting content on a lot of variety of subjects, including painting details, terrain details, various games and rule sets, some entertaining games and battles in and of themselves. Feel free to let us know the types of things you like and what other things we'd like to do. We will definitely be here again at 4 o'clock next Saturday. So for now, we're going to sign off and set up for a game and see if anybody minds getting their face on screen. Thank you for joining us.